The Bermuda Triangle, where the ocean swallows the truth. There's a stretch of ocean between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico that most sailors won't talk about. Ask them why, and you'll get a shrug, a change of subject, maybe a nervous laugh. But underneath that laugh is something else. Something colder. Because in that 500,000 square mile patch of the Atlantic, over 1,000 people have vanished in the last 100 years, and the ocean has never once given them back. They call it the Bermuda Triangle. And tonight, we're going to tell you why it earned that name. The disappearance that started it all. December 5, 1945. 5 Navy bombers take off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on a routine training run. 14 men aboard. Clear skies. Calm seas. Nothing about this mission should have ended in tragedy. 90 minutes in, something goes wrong. The flight leader radios back, his voice tight with confusion. We cannot be sure of any direction. Everything is wrong. Strange. The ocean doesn't look as it should. Think about that for a second. A trained military pilot, someone who had flown this exact region before, looking down at the water and telling his crew that it doesn't look right. Not, I'm lost. Not, instruments are malfunctioning. He said the ocean itself looked wrong. The compasses spin uselessly. The radio chatter grows more panicked. And then, nothing. Silence. A rescue plane with 13 more men aboard is sent out to find them. It never arrives either. Vanished, along with everyone inside it, in a matter of minutes. 6 aircraft. 27 men. Not a single body. Not a single piece of wreckage. Not one distress flare, one oil slick, one scrap of metal was ever recovered, in an area the Navy searched for days with every resource available. It was as if the sky had simply reached down and erased them. This was Flight 19, and it was only the beginning. The pattern nobody can explain. If it were just one disappearance, we could call it bad luck. A storm nobody saw coming, a mechanical failure, human error. But the Bermuda Triangle doesn't work like that. It has a pattern, and patterns are what should terrify you most. In 1918, the USS Cyclops, a massive Navy cargo ship, over 500 feet long, carrying more than 300 men, left Barbados and was never heard from again. No SOS, no wreckage, no storm reported in the area. The largest ship the U.S. Navy ever lost without a trace, gone as if it had sailed off the edge of the earth. In 1948, a British airliner called the Star Tiger vanished less than 400 miles from Bermuda, with 31 people aboard, in good weather, during routine radio contact. 1 minute the pilot was chatting calmly with the tower. The next, dead air. Forever. And then there's the story that still makes seasoned investigators uneasy. The Ellen Austin, a merchant ship that allegedly came across a derelict vessel drifting in the Triangle in the 1880s. No crew aboard. No sign of struggle. No damage. Just an empty ship, fully intact, floating in silence. A boarding party was sent to sail it back to port. That boarding party was never seen again either. What's down there? Scientists have tried to explain it away. Rogue waves. Methane gas bubbles erupting from the seafloor and dropping a ship's buoyancy in seconds. Magnetic anomalies that scramble compasses without warning. The Gulf Stream's violent, unpredictable currents. Sudden, localized storms that form and vanish faster than any radar can track. And maybe, those explanations account for some of it. But they don't explain why entire search and rescue teams, using state-of-the-art equipment, find absolutely nothing. Not one piece of floating debris. Not one oil slick spreading across the surface. In an ocean that keeps almost everything, the Bermuda Triangle keeps nothing back. It doesn't just sink ships. It erases them, like they were never there at all. Some who study the region point to something stranger still, the sheer number of pilots and sailors who, in their final transmissions, didn't report engine trouble or bad weather. They reported the compass spinning. The sky looking wrong. The water looking wrong. Whatever is happening out there doesn't just take vessels, it seems to warp the world around them first. The ones who almost didn't make it back. Not everyone who enters comes out silent. A handful of survivors have told stories of losing hours they can't account for, pilots who land with fuel gauges that make no sense, sailors who arrive at port a full day later than the math should allow, radios that pick up garbled transmissions from ships that had already been reported lost years earlier. Whether you believe there's a scientific explanation waiting to be discovered, or something far older and far less explainable, one fact remains undisputed: people go into that stretch of ocean, and the ocean does not always let them leave. Over 1,000 lives, hundreds of ships and aircraft, nearly a century of investigation, and still, no black box, no wreckage field, no single unifying answer that satisfies everyone who has looked into it. The Bermuda Triangle isn't just a legend sailors tell to scare each other over drinks. It's a graveyard with no headstones, no bodies, and no closure, just families left waiting for people who sailed into calm water under a clear sky, and never came home. So the next time someone tells you the ocean is just water, ask them to explain Flight 19.